Hi guys, and welcome to my channel Travelvlog Infinity. Today we're on a travel vlog to the Famine Memorial in Ennistymon, County Clare in Ireland. Please do like, share and subscribe so you don't miss a future upload about photography tutorials and travel vlogs. So this memorial was erected in August 1995 by the Clare County Council and the ladies and gentlemen of the Ancient Order of Hibernians in America and Ireland. They commemorate all those who died in the Great Hunger. Gentlemen, there is a little boy named Michael Rice of Lahinch, aged about 4 years. He is an orphan, his father having died last year and his mother has expired on last Wednesday night, who is now about being buried without a coffin, unless he makes some provision for such. The child in question is now at the workhouse gate expecting to be admitted. If not, he will starve. Rob S. Constable. Ennistymon Union and the Great Famine. The Ennistymon Union workhouse opened indoors in 1842, just before the famine. With a full capacity of 600 places, its purpose was to cater for distribution over most of North Clare. Like all workhouses in its regime, was harsh and inhumane, and up to the beginning of 1846 it was never more than half full, even in the most difficult seasons. By 1850, years of starvation, fever and eviction had changed things completely. There was now some 900 paupers, the shaming name used for inmates, in the workhouse itself, with many hundreds more incarcerated in auxiliary accommodation, scattered throughout the Union. Within the walls of the principal workhouse and its auxiliaries were concentrated much of the horror of the famine years in North and Northwest Clare. So many died in the main workhouse through a combination of malnourishment, fever and general neglect, that by 1851 the original workhouse graveyard was overcrowded with corpses. The remains of as many as 2,000 famine victims may lie here. In that year, the Ennistymon Board of Guardians opened a new graveyard at the back of the workhouse, as indicated in the map. In this new burial place, called Pol Nadob, the clay pit, the workhouse dead were buried in two great trenches, whose outlines can still be seen at the bottom of the hill just inside the roadside wall. So you can see here the memorial site. You are here, Lahinch original workhouse graveyard, the workhouse in Ennistymon and the workhouse graveyard. So immigration and the famine. During the Great Famine, desperation drove 1.5 million people to flee Ireland. The poorest immigrants got as far as Britain, while others managed to scrape together enough money for the passage to the United States, Canada or Australia. Many died of fever contracted on the voyage. Others when the coffin ships they sailed on foundered in heavy seas. Still others died of fever shortly after landfall. We do not know how many people were forced to leave County Clare during the famine. Because of the remoteness and chronic poverty, it is recognised that proportionately fewer people immigrated from the county than most others. But as in Ireland as a whole, the famine helped establish a pattern of heavy immigrant from the county which has lasted almost to the present. Between 1851 and 1911, 4 million people immigrated from Ireland for overseas destinations, and about 165,000 of these came from County Clare, settling mainly in the United States and Australia. Many of Clare's famine immigrants were illiterate and ill-prepared for life in their new surroundings. Those from North Clare were mostly Irish speakers with no English, which made it almost difficult for them to adapt to a new environment. But for all, even the most severe difficulties they were to encounter were as nothing with the horror left behind or enduring sorrow they brought with them from Ireland. The famine in Ireland, from the first failure of the potato crop in 1845 until the year 1852, Ireland was devastated by the famine and disease. During these years, over 1 million people died of hunger and disease, mostly from labourer, hottier and smallholder backgrounds, men, women, children. Relief provided by the British government was not nearly sufficient to prevent starvation and was given grudgingly. Landlords callously used the situation to evict tenants wholesale from their farm holdings. As a result, countless thousands died in the countryside and the towns, on the public work schemes, in the fields, in their own cabins, on the roadside, or even in the fever-racked wards of the workhouses. So many died that the graveyard could not contain them all. Huge numbers were buried in shallow graves on the very ground where they died, their surviving relatives too weak to carry them further. Others again were left unburied for having no relatives to bury them. In Clare, the famine shook society to its roots. 3 of its 4 poor law unions, Scarf, Kilrush and Ennistymon, became bywords throughout Ireland for the horrific scenes witnessed there. More evictions took place in the county here than in any other in Ireland. By the time the famine had ended, up to 80,000 souls had perished in Clare. Those who survived this Holocaust could rarely bring themselves to speak of it to their children, and when they did, invariably refer to it indirectly as an drug shield, the bad times. I appreciate you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please do let me know in the comment section below what you think, or if you had any relatives. Please do like, share and subscribe. I do hope that you have a great day. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next one.